Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. How do you know when the cost of a college education is really worth it? A lot of factors, both financial and emotional, go into making that decision. Weighing the pros and cons, well, that can be pretty daunting. Let's consider a couple of examples that will help conceptualize the process of determining if a college education really makes financial sense. First, here are some numbers for traditional students. The cost of an average four-year education at Yale is around $240,000, and the average starting salary for its graduates is around $55,000. The monthly payment on a student loan for that amount would be $2,420 a month, which is just under $30,000 a year. That equals 53% of the starting salary. There are a lot of other variables to consider, like potential scholarships that would lower the tuition or lowering the loan payment by stretching out the amortization period, which actually increases the overall cost because there's more interest. But given these facts, the answer to whether this education makes financial sense is a no-brainer. No. Find another school. At the South Dakota School of Mines, by contrast, the cost of an average four-year education is around $65,000 and the average starting salary is around $68,000. The monthly payment on a student loan for that amount would be $648 or $7,897 a year. That equals 12% of the starting salary. Now, the cost of this education makes complete sense. For traditional students, my personal rule of thumb is this: don't pay more than 1.5 times the average starting salary of a job for the education to obtain it. For example, if the average starting salary is $65,000, don't pay more than $100,000 for 4 years of education to get that job. For non-traditional students who are looking to switch careers, the calculation is a little more involved. You must weigh the salary you earn in your current career with the cost and net increase in the career that you're considering. Recently, a reader emailed me this question. They said, I have a bachelor's degree in my chosen career and I am unable to find a full-time, benefited, non-minimum wage permanent job. When is it no longer a good financial decision to not go back to college? I can pick up a degree in a different field for $8,000. If I am 12 to 13 years from retirement, is it worth it? Well, the average job or average salary for a job in her career field is $20 an hour or $42,000 a year. The problem is she has not been able to find employment in her career field. The only jobs she has found have been temporary jobs with earnings of just under $10 to $13 per hour. So far, her 4-year degree has netted her around $12,500 a year. Her research shows that if she went back to school for 2 years, she could switch to a career field more in demand in her area and earn $45,000 a year. Now that's $32,500 more per year than what she's currently earning. If she invests 2 years and $8,000 in education, then works in her new career for 10 years, she can earn an additional $325,000 before retirement. If she were to borrow the funds needed for her education and repay the loan at 4% annually for 10 years, her monthly payment would be $81 or $972 a year. That equals about 2% of her salary. Given these facts, going back to school makes clear financial sense. Of course, financial factors are not the only ones to consider. Looking at numbers, while essential, but it's equally important to find a career field that suits your talents and interests. It makes no sense to spend money and time preparing for a career that you don't want, that you're not interested in. The most rewarding college investment is one that provides worthwhile returns in emotional satisfaction as well as financial success. Thanks for listening.